the mysterious case of Edvard Rustad. The disappearance and case of Edvard Rustad in 1934 remains one of Norway's most perplexing and unsolved mysteries. On January 11, 1934, police officer Einar Krogstad was on patrol in Oslo when he noticed an abandoned dark grey Dodge parked near Grev Weddellsplass. Upon closer inspection, he found the lifeless body of a well-dressed man inside, concealed under a large rug. The victim was quickly identified as Edvard Rustad, a 62-year-old wealthy businessman known for his work in real estate and scrap dealing. He had been shot 4 times in the back of the head. Rustad's case shocked the nation. Norway was not accustomed to violent crime, and the brutal nature of his death immediately grabbed the attention of the media. Newspapers were quick to speculate on possible motives, with robbery being the most obvious. Rustad was known to carry large amounts of cash, and at the time of his death, approximately 500 kroner and several bank books were missing. However, some investigators doubted this theory, arguing that the execution style suggested a more personal motive rather than a simple robbery gone wrong. Rustad was a creature of habit, a man described as punctual, sober, and highly disciplined. On the day of his demise, he left his home as usual and took the train to work with his wife, Sigrid Marie. At 1 in the afternoon, he received a phone call, after which he told his warehouse manager that he had a meeting in 5 minutes. Witnesses later saw him at a cafe near Alexander Kielen's Place, where he stayed for about 30 minutes before leaving. This was the last confirmed sighting of him alive. The investigation into Rustad's case soon revealed a disturbing timeline of events. Witnesses reported seeing his car being driven erratically through Oslo, but by someone other than Rustad. At one point, another driver almost collided with the Dodge and clearly saw that the person behind the wheel was not the businessman. The driver was described as pale, with marked facial features and staring eyes. Later, the car was abandoned in the downtown area, where Officer Krogstad would ultimately discover Rustad's body. The discovery of Rustad's boots and hat provided an important clue. Traces of clay, mud, and dried pigments were found on them, which forensic analysis later linked to the burned ruins of the Boston Blacking Company paint factory outside Oslo. Reports of gunshots from that location at around 2 in the afternoon on the day of the silencing suggested that Rustad may have been taken out there before being transported back to the city. Despite this promising lead, no further evidence could confirm the theory. As investigators struggled to find suspects, theories of foreign involvement emerged. The bullets retrieved from the crime scene were made by an American manufacturer, Western, and were of a type not sold in Norway. This led to speculation that the case had connections to organized crime in the United States. Adding to the mystery, witnesses recalled Rustad meeting with 2 men in the days leading up to his demise. One of them was described as a tall, well-built man with a square jaw and pale yellowish skin. He spoke broken Norwegian mixed with English, which some identified as an American dialect. The other man was thought to be a Norwegian who had spent a significant amount of time abroad. The FBI became involved in the investigation, with Director J. Edgar Hoover himself commenting that Rustad had been taken for a ride, a phrase often used to describe mafia-style executions. However, despite the international scope of the investigation, no clear suspects were ever identified. Theories of mafia involvement were fueled by Rustad's financial success during the Great Depression, which could have made him a target for extortion or fraud. However, no direct link to American crime syndicates was ever established. The case took a strange turn when, in 1941, journalist Axel Kieland claimed that he had met a man in a Waffen-SS uniform who confessed to Rustad's demise. Years later, after World War II, an Oslo police chief publicly stated that he knew who the individual was, but refused to reveal their identity due to a lack of evidence. These revelations only deepened the mystery, leaving many to wonder if the truth had been deliberately concealed. Over the years, investigators also considered the possibility that Rustad had been involved in shady business dealings. Some reports linked him to arson-for-profit schemes operated by the Andvik gang, known for setting fires to claim insurance payouts. However, no concrete evidence placed Rustad at the center of these activities. His colleagues and associates consistently described him as an honest and respectable businessman, further complicating the theory that he had been killed over a criminal dispute. As the years passed, the trail went cold. By 1959, the statute of limitations on the case had expired, ensuring that whoever was responsible for Rustad's case would never be held accountable. Despite ongoing interest in the case, no new leads have emerged, and it remains one of Norway's most baffling unsolved crimes. Today, the mystery of Edvard Rustad's case continues to intrigue historians and crime enthusiasts alike. What happened to the giant skulls that the Smithsonian discovered at Lovelock Cave? The discovery of giant skeletons across North America has long been a topic of intrigue, with one of the most well-documented cases being the alleged findings at Lovelock Cave in Nevada. Over the years, numerous reports have emerged about the Smithsonian Institution playing a role in suppressing these discoveries, particularly those that challenge mainstream historical narratives. According to researcher Richard J. Dewhurst, evidence of a race of giant humanoids has been deliberately hidden from the public, raising questions about the true history of early civilizations in North America. Lovelock Cave is widely known for being a site of great archaeological significance. In the early 20th century, miners searching for bat guano unearthed a series of remarkable artifacts, including oversized human bones. These discoveries prompted further excavations, which revealed mummies of red-haired giants measuring between 8 and 10 feet tall. Alongside these remains were enormous sandals, measuring 15 inches long, and handprints much larger than those of an average human. The findings seem to align with Native American oral traditions, particularly those of the Paiute tribe, which spoke of a race of giant red-haired beings. According to the Paiute legend, these giants were hostile and cannibalistic, and the tribe ultimately fought and trapped them inside Lovelock Cave before setting it on fire to eliminate them. Despite these astonishing discoveries, little physical evidence of the Lovelock giants remains accessible to the public today. Many of the artifacts recovered from the site are now housed in various museums and private collections, though some have seemingly disappeared over the decades. This has fueled speculation that institutions like the Smithsonian have played a role in suppressing or even destroying evidence that contradicts the established historical narrative. Some researchers claim that the Smithsonian has a history of covering up anomalies that challenge conventional archaeology, particularly when it comes to the existence of giants in North America. Richard J. Dewhurst, in his book The Ancient Giants Who Ruled America, presents numerous accounts from the 19th and early 20th centuries describing the discovery of giant skeletons. He argues that these findings were systematically suppressed by the Smithsonian Institution, which adopted policies to exclude any evidence suggesting pre-Columbian civilizations of non-native origins. According to Dewhurst, this effort to rewrite history was motivated by various political and ideological factors, including the desire to maintain the notion that Native American tribes were the first and only inhabitants of the continent before European colonization. One of the key figures Dewhurst highlights is Major John Wesley Powell, the first director of the Bureau of Ethnology at the Smithsonian. Powell was instrumental in shaping the institution's approach to archaeology, particularly in dismissing any discoveries that hinted at advanced or non-indigenous civilizations in ancient America. His 1880 report, on limitations to the use of some anthropologic data, effectively set the precedent for disregarding evidence that suggested alternative historical interpretations. Powell's stance became the foundation for the Smithsonian's policies, leading to the dismissal of findings such as the Lovelock giants as mere myths or misinterpretations. Skeptics argue that reports of giant skeletons and oversized human remains have been exaggerated or misrepresented over time. They claim that many of the so-called giant bones were likely the result of misidentified animal remains, or that the skeletal measurements were inaccurately reported. However, the sheer volume of historical reports, combined with Native American legends and the tangible artifacts recovered from Lovelock Cave, make it difficult to dismiss these accounts entirely. One particularly puzzling aspect of the Lovelock Cave discoveries is the lack of transparency regarding what happened to the remains. Some sources claim that the Smithsonian took possession of several of the giant skeletons, only for them to vanish without explanation. Others believe that the institution deliberately downplayed the findings to avoid controversy. If such remains were indeed real and had been thoroughly examined, why are they not displayed in museums for further study, and why is there so little documentation available to the public? These unanswered questions only add to the mystery. The alleged suppression of evidence related to giants in North America raises broader concerns about the control of historical narratives. If institutions like the Smithsonian have actively buried findings that challenge the accepted version of history, what other discoveries have been hidden from the public? The possibility that an entire chapter of human history has been erased, or at the very least, obscured, poses significant implications for our understanding of the past. Despite efforts to discredit these claims, independent researchers continue to push for further investigation into sites like Lovelock Cave. Some believe that with modern technology and renewed interest in alternative archaeology, it may be possible to rediscover evidence that has been lost or hidden. As new discoveries are made and more ancient sites are explored, the truth about North America's mysterious past may eventually come to light. The mystery of the Lovelock Cave giants remains an enduring mystery. Whether or not the Smithsonian played a role in concealing evidence, the stories of these towering beings persist in Native American oral traditions, historical records, and the artifacts that have been uncovered. Until definitive proof is brought forward, the legend of the Lovelock giants will continue to spark curiosity and debate, challenging the established views of early civilizations in North America. The disappearance of Rondrais Jr. Phillips. The disappearance of Rondrais Jr. Phillips remains one of Louisiana's most heartbreaking mysteries. On April 5, 2018, 4-year-old Junior vanished from the front yard of his family's home in Lisbon, Claiborne Parish. His mother, Sheila Phillips, called the police to report him missing, setting off an intensive search effort that, despite years of investigation, has yet to provide answers. Junior was last seen around 11 in the morning, wearing a white shirt, blue jeans, and black and yellow rubber boots. According to reports, he had been outside with his mother's boyfriend, Nicholas Gilbert, while Sheila was inside. His biological father was incarcerated at the time. Authorities were told that Junior had wandered off, leading to an immediate and urgent search of the surrounding area. Law enforcement, volunteers, and search teams scoured the dense woods near the family's mobile home, which was located 3 miles southeast of Lisbon. Even a nearby pond was drained in hopes of uncovering any trace of Rondrais, but no new evidence emerged. As the hours stretched into days, law enforcement agencies, including the FBI and Louisiana State Police, became actively involved. A Level 2 Endangered and Missing Persons Advisory was issued, signaling the seriousness of the case. However, Junior's disappearance did not meet the specific criteria required for an Amber Alert. For an Amber Alert to be issued, authorities must confirm an unexplained disappearance, believe the individual is in immediate danger, and have enough descriptive information to aid in locating them. With no confirmed disappearance and no immediate suspect, authorities could not escalate the alert system, which may have hindered public awareness in the crucial early hours of the case. Despite exhaustive search efforts that included grid searches, helicopters, and drones, investigators failed to locate any leads. Eventually, the massive public search was scaled down, and authorities began to focus on specific areas of interest. Junior's case gained national attention when it was featured on programs such as In Pursuit with John Walsh and Faces of the Missing in People magazine. Unfortunately, while these features generated a significant response from the public, the tips that came in had already been examined by authorities, leading to no new breakthroughs. In 2020, law enforcement released an age-progressed photo of Junior, showing what he might look like at the age of 7. The FBI's Shreveport Resident Agency Office continues to treat the case as a high priority, urging the public to provide any information that could lead to his discovery. However, with no new updates, the investigation remains stalled, leaving his family desperate for answers. To this day, Junior's disappearance remains an agonizing mystery. His family and the investigators assigned to his case continue to hope that someone, somewhere, knows what happened. The Claiborne Parish Sheriff's Office, along with the FBI, remains committed to finding out what happened to Junior, determined not to let his case be forgotten. Native American tribes that reside throughout the Adirondac region share stories of their ancestors' encounters with giants. The legends of giants from the Iroquois Confederacy are deeply ingrained in the history and folklore of the indigenous tribes that once ruled the vast wilderness of the Adirondac region. These tales speak of enormous beings that roamed the forests, powerful creatures that struck fear into those who dared to cross their paths. Among the most well-known are the Seneca's Stonecoats and the Onondaga's Northern Giants, both of which depict monstrous, nearly invincible beings that preyed upon humans. Many believe these legends were inspired by real events, serving as cautionary tales passed down through generations. Today, these stories continue to fuel speculation about unexplained disappearances and strange sightings in the Adirondac Mountains. The Seneca people tell of the Stonecoats, a terrifying race of giants covered in an impenetrable layer of stone. These creatures were said to be impervious to weapons and possessed immense strength. The Stonecoats were feared not only for their power, but also for their cannibalistic nature, as they were known to hunt and consume humans. According to legend, the only way to defeat them was through cunning and intelligence rather than brute force. One story tells of the hero Scunny Wundi, who outwitted the Stonecoats by tricking them into fighting amongst themselves. This act of deception ultimately led to their downfall, but the Seneca believed that some Stonecoats still roamed the forests, hiding in the shadows and waiting for their chance to return. A particularly chilling tale recounts how a young woman encountered one of these creatures while walking through the woods. Realizing she could not outrun or overpower it, she challenged the Stonecoat to a game of hide-and-seek. The creature, confident in its hunting abilities, accepted the challenge. The young woman cleverly disguised herself by climbing a tree and covering herself with branches and leaves. The Stonecoat searched for hours but was unable to find her, eventually giving up in frustration. This story, passed down through generations, served as a lesson about the power of wit and quick thinking in overcoming seemingly insurmountable challenges. The Onondaga people have their own legend of towering, monstrous beings known as the Northern Giants. These creatures were said to be even larger and more formidable than the Stonecoats, standing over 15 feet tall with unmatched strength and speed. Unlike the Stonecoats, who relied on their impenetrable armor, the Northern Giants were pure muscle, capable of overpowering even the bravest warriors. They were said to inhabit the dense forests of north-central New York, emerging from their hidden lairs to hunt humans. The Onondaga believed that only the strongest and most fearless warriors could stand against these terrifying creatures. One of the most famous tales tells of a group of Onondaga warriors who set out on a dangerous mission to eradicate the Northern Giants once and for all. Armed with their finest weapons, they ventured deep into the wilderness, tracking the creatures to their lair. When they finally encountered the giants, a fierce and brutal battle erupted. The warriors fought valiantly, using every ounce of their strength and skill to combat the enormous beasts. After hours of relentless fighting, they managed to slay the Northern Giants, ensuring the safety of their people. This tale reinforced the values of courage, resilience, and honor, teaching future generations the importance of standing against even the most fearsome adversaries. Both the Stonecoats and the Northern Giants share common elements, highlighting the Iroquois' deep respect for strength, intelligence, and survival. The Stonecoats represented an almost supernatural invulnerability, forcing those who encountered them to rely on cunning rather than force. The Northern Giants, on the other hand, were embodiments of brute power, requiring unparalleled bravery to defeat. These legends served as both cautionary tales and cultural teachings, emphasizing that different challenges in life require different approaches, sometimes wit, sometimes strength, and often a combination of both. Modern interpretations of these legends have sparked intriguing theories about their origins. Some researchers suggest that the stories could be based on encounters with early, now extinct humanoid species or remnants of forgotten prehistoric civilizations. Others believe the legends could be linked to real, terrifying experiences with massive predators or unexplained natural events. In recent years, reports of strange sightings in the Adirondac Mountains have led some to wonder if these ancient giants might still exist in some hidden form, concealed within the vast unexplored wilderness. The legends of the Iroquois Confederacy remain an essential part of Native American heritage, preserving the values, beliefs, and mysteries of the past. Whether taken as historical truths, allegorical lessons, or supernatural warnings, the stories of the Stonecoats and the Northern Giants continue to captivate imaginations. The Adirondac region, with its deep forests and rugged terrain, holds on to its secrets, and as long as there are those willing to listen, the giants of legend will never be forgotten. The mystery of Rachel Mellon. Rachel Marie Mellon Skemp's disappearance remains one of Illinois' most haunting unsolved mysteries. Born on October 13, 1982, Rachel grew up in Bolingbrook, Illinois, with her mother, Amy, and stepfather, Vincent Mellon. She also had two younger half-siblings, Jason and Ashley. Her life was marked by instability, as her stepfather had a history of violence. Despite the turmoil at home, Rachel was known as a bright, bubbly, and kind-hearted girl who excelled in school and was loved by her friends. Rachel had a particularly close bond with her biological father, Jeff Skemp, who lived in Texas. In the summer of 1995, she visited him and expressed her desire to live with him permanently, believing she would be happier and safer under his care. However, she returned to Illinois, and the last time Jeff spoke with her was on Christmas Day of that same year. Just a month later, Rachel would vanish under highly suspicious circumstances. On January 31, 1996, Rachel stayed home from school due to a sore throat. She was alone in the house with her stepfather Vince and their German shepherd, Duke. It was an extremely cold day, with temperatures dropping to -20 degrees Fahrenheit. Around 10:45 in the morning, Rachel called her paternal grandmother to thank her for Christmas gifts. During the conversation, Rachel suddenly became quiet when her grandmother asked if Vince was there. Rachel confirmed that he was before ending the call abruptly. Vince later claimed that after the call, he and Rachel played Nintendo for a while before she went to take a nap. He then said that around 2:30 in the afternoon, he took Duke for a walk, leaving the front door unlocked. According to his account, Duke slipped out of his collar and chased a rabbit into a field. Vince claimed he left the dog to find his own way home and returned at around 3 in the afternoon. However, when he got back, he allegedly did not check on Rachel. At 3:15 in the afternoon, Rachel's younger half-sibling, Ashley, came home from school and noticed that Rachel was not there. A local real estate agent later found Duke running loose in the street and returned him to the Mellon Skemp residence between 4:30 and 5. It wasn't until Amy and Jason arrived home at 5 in the evening that the police were called to report Rachel missing. The circumstances of Rachel's disappearance were immediately suspicious. Her coat, shoes, wallet, purse, and Walkman were all still in her room, making it highly unlikely that she would have left the house voluntarily, especially in such brutal weather conditions. The blue blanket she had been wrapped in, along with 2 pillows from her bed, was missing. There was no sign of forced entry, leading investigators to believe she had not left of her own accord. When police questioned Vince, they noticed multiple scratches and cuts on his arm. He claimed they were from working on a car earlier that day. The police also searched Rachel's room and found disturbing entries in her diary. In one entry from August 1995, she wrote about how Vince had come into her room, kissed her, and touched her under the guise of teaching her about predators. Investigators also discovered an out-of-print book about father-daughter relationships in the home, along with a steak knife hidden under Rachel's pillow. Despite an extensive search involving ground, air, and water operations using geothermal imaging and drones, no trace of Rachel was found. Authorities also checked airports to ensure she had not run away to Texas to be with her father. Every avenue led to a dead end. Rachel's father, Jeff, quit his job in Texas and moved to Illinois to assist in the search. He confronted Vince, who insisted that someone must have taken Rachel while he was out walking the dog. Jeff continued to hold on to hope that his daughter was alive, keeping the same phone number since 1996 in case Rachel ever tried to reach out. In January 2000, 4 years after Rachel's disappearance, a grand jury issued a warrant for Vince's DNA samples. He was held for 9 hours at the Bolingbrook police station but refused to answer any questions, pleading the Fifth Amendment. He also failed a polygraph test. Amy, however, passed a lie detector test and continued to stand by Vince, believing that Rachel was still alive. The grand jury investigation concluded without any indictments due to a lack of physical evidence. That same year, Amy disposed of all of Rachel's belongings by donating them to Goodwill. Shortly afterward, the family relocated to Joliet, Illinois, and later moved to Tennessee. Vince continued to have run-ins with the law, facing charges for violence and drunk driving. Meanwhile, Jeff and Rachel's best friend Carrie remained active in trying to keep Rachel's case in the public eye. In 2002, the city of Bolingbrook honored Rachel's memory, by planting a tree and placing a plaque in a park near her former home. Authorities have stated that they firmly believe Vince is responsible for Rachel's disappearance, but cannot charge him without solid evidence. Despite the passage of time, Rachel's case remains open, and her loved ones continue to seek justice. Rachel's father and best friend still fight to keep her story alive, hoping that one day the truth will come to light. The mystery of Rachel Mellon remains one of Illinois' most heartbreaking cold cases, with her family and friends longing for answers that may never come. The mystery of Mora Murray. On February 9, 2004, a woman by the name of Faith Westman called the Haverhill, New Hampshire police to report a car collision. It seemed like a black Saturn was trapped in a ditch not far from her house. After thanking her for her call, the dispatcher dispatched an officer. Authorities had received a second contact regarding the accident, this time from Butch Atwood, a bus driver. The woman who drove seemed to be shaken up, but she was unharmed. The woman claimed to have phoned roadside help before Atwood arrived at the crash scene, despite Atwood's assertion that he had offered to call the police. Atwood still made the police call after getting home, which was roughly 100 yards from the scene of the accident. Although he claimed not to be able to see the woman's car from his home, he could see other automobiles going by on the street. The first responding officer reached the area at 7:46 in the evening. However, the mysterious woman had vanished from sight. Authorities discovered that Mora Murray, aged 21, was the missing woman after conducting a preliminary check of the region. She was a University of Massachusetts Amherst nursing student, and earlier that day, she had left campus without informing anyone she was heading to New Hampshire, and she was never seen again after Murray disappeared in Haverhill that evening. Mora Murray grew up in Hanson. At the age of 6, the youngest child of Fred and Laurie Murray, she saw her parents divorce. Murray excelled academically as a track athlete and honor student. Despite receiving an acceptance to West Point, she chose to pursue her nursing studies at the University of Massachusetts in Amherst. Although there were occasional issues, her experience there seemed to be mostly typical. Mora Murray was arrested 3 months before her vanishing for using a credit card number that had been stolen, but if she continued to behave well for 3 months, that charge was meant to be dropped. Additionally, Murray and her sister Kathleen, who was dealing with problems with her fiancé, had a tearful phone call on February 5, 2004. Murray had to be escorted back to her room because she was so upset by the call at her campus security job at the time. Fred Murray, Murray's father, left for Amherst on February 7, 2004. He claimed that after taking his daughter out to supper and car shopping, he returned to his motel. Murray was then given his car to use for the nighttime celebration, enabling her to drive back to her dorm. However, she struck a railing with her father's vehicle while returning in the early hours of the next day. The car sustained major damage, but Murray remained unhurt, but Fred soon discovered that if Murray obtained the necessary paperwork from the Registry of Motor Vehicles, his insurance would pay for the repairs. Murray allegedly seemed well when her father returned her to her hostel later that day, despite her being disturbed about the mishap. However, all changed on February 9, 2004, the following morning. Murray sent an email to her instructors informing them of a bereavement in her family and her intention to take a week off. Murray gave a call to the owner of the Bartlett, New Hampshire condo she had previously visited with her family. However, she didn't book a room. She did not make a reservation when she called a helpline for motels in Stowe, Vermont. She had even used the internet to find directions to Burlington, Vermont by that point. She didn't inform anyone where she was heading, so it's unclear what her intended destination was. Murray drove to an off-campus at 3:15 in the afternoon, and 3 took out $280. After that, she went to a liquor store and spent roughly $40 on boxed wine and Baileys. She also picked up the paperwork related to her vehicle accident from the Registry of Motor Vehicles. She put a call into her own voicemail at 4:37 in the afternoon. That was the last time her phone usage was documented. Murray's whereabouts between her Amherst errands and her automobile crash in Haverhill hours later are unknown. However, it is most likely that she was somewhere between 7 and 7:25 in the evening. The 2 people who reported the car accident, Westman and Atwood, called 911 at 7:27 and 7:42 in the evening. The first responding officer discovered a wrecked car, but no one was inside. The airbags were deployed and the car was locked. Evidence at the scene indicated the vehicle had been eastbound and had gone off the roadway, struck some trees, spun around, and came to rest facing the wrong way in the eastbound lane. The officer added that they could see a box of Franzia wine right behind the driver's seat of the vehicle. Additionally, they noticed crimson liquid on the car's ceiling and driver's side door. There were no evident clues to foul activity, and no tracks leading into the surrounding woods could be found in the snow. As Atwood was the last person known to have spoken to Murray, the officer initially approached him for assistance with the search. A state trooper eventually arrived, and then firemen and emergency medical assistance. It's thought that nobody ventured east during the initial search, even though they started by searching the region west of the scene. Murray's father, Fred, who learned of his daughter's disappearance only 24 hours after the collision, would later point fingers at numerous aspects of the police search operation. Fred remarked that he knew she was headed east. Her destination was Bartlett. Even as a baby, she was up there. For Christ's sake, I can still recall changing her diapers in a tent up there. Murray's phone records would suggest that she was thinking about renting a hotel in Bartlett, but the MapQuest directions she had in the car suggested to the police that she was actually going to Burlington. She had departed without making a definite reservation and without telling anyone about her plans, so it's still unknown where she was heading. During this time, several theories were shared by the media. However, her father said that she was in good spirits and had no worries or reason to run away from her life. Murray had been dealing with a lot of issues before going missing, including her legal troubles related to credit card theft, her concerns about her alcoholic sister, and the fact that she had crashed her father's car just hours before she was involved in another collision. There were indications that Murray meant her disappearance to be permanent, despite the belief held by many of her loved ones that she had just wanted to get away from the turmoil for a few days. Most significantly, when her dorm room was searched, it was discovered that she had packed the majority of her stuff into boxes before leaving. A printed email outlining various issues in her relationship with her partner was found on top of one of the boxes. Murray had left a few essentials in her car, but her backpack and mobile phone were among the few items that were stolen. Her phone was never used again, though. Every bank account connected to her has stayed empty. Furthermore, nothing more than unsubstantiated rumors and purported sightings have surfaced since Mora Murray vanished in 2004. Putting aside sentimental attachments, many have concluded that Murray did not plan to pass away that day based on things found in her car, including college textbooks, birth pills, and tooth whitener. Murray may have fled the scene to avoid difficulties after smashing her automobile a few hours after wrecking her father's car, according to a different scenario. Authorities assumed Murray had been drinking because of the quantity of alcohol discovered at the scene. Murray didn't want to take a chance on her record of good behavior following her credit card fraud arrest. If it had been warmer outside, the adjacent woods may have been a nice spot to hide out, but it was currently quite cold. Additionally, since the area was not checked during the first search, she would have had to flee on the road and move east of the accident scene, as there were no footprints discovered in the snow heading to the woods. Remarkably, a few miles from the accident scene, between 8 and 8:30 in the evening, a contractor who had been driving past on the route where the incident happened that evening later claimed seeing a woman walking westbound. The contractor was first unclear of the precise date he had seen the individual, so he didn't submit the reported sighting until months later. It's still unclear if Murray was the individual in question. Amateur investigators have looked into all of these possibilities and more in the years following Mora Murray's disappearance. Atwood, the final person to have seen Murray alive, has been the subject of other speculations. That he did not stay with Murray until assistance arrived was viewed by some as suspicious. In addition, he and his spouse relocated to Florida not long after the incident. Most startlingly of all, some citizen investigators have suggested that Murray's father may have mistreated her, possibly to the point where she fled. Murray's family has refuted this claim. The unsolved case of the Fort Worth missing trio. The Fort Worth missing trio remains one of the most baffling unsolved cases in American history. On December 23, 1974, 3 women, Mary Rachel Trelica, Lisa Renee Wilson, and Julie Ann Mosley, vanished without a trace while Christmas shopping at the Seminary South Shopping Center in Fort Worth, Texas. Their car was left behind in the mall's parking lot with shopping bags inside, but the girls were nowhere to be found. Despite countless investigations, tips, and theories, their disappearance remains an enduring mystery. Rachel, aged 17, Renee, 14, and Julie, 9, left for the shopping centre around noon. Julie, the youngest, had asked to join the trip at the last minute because she didn't want to spend the day alone. Her mother gave her permission, trusting that Rachel and Renee would look after her. The girls had plans to return home by 4 in the afternoon, so Renee could attend a Christmas party with her boyfriend. Their shopping trip started with a stop at a local surplus store, where Renee picked up some layaway items. Afterward, they headed to the shopping mall. Several witnesses reported seeing the girls inside the mall that afternoon, and one person claimed to have seen them exiting through Sears. However, they never made it home. By evening, their families grew anxious and began searching for them. Around 6 in the evening, they arrived at the mall and found Rachel's car in the Sears upper-level parking lot. Inside the vehicle, Christmas gifts and personal belongings were found, suggesting the girls had made it back to the car. However, they had mysteriously vanished. The next day, an unusual letter arrived at Rachel's home. The handwritten note, supposedly from Rachel, claimed that the girls had gone to Houston and would return in a week. The letter read, "I know I'm going to catch it, but we just had to get away. We're going to Houston. See you in about a week. The car is in Sears upper lot. Love, Rachel." The note's envelope was addressed in pencil, and Rachel's name had been initially misspelled and corrected. The families immediately doubted its authenticity, as it made no sense for the girls to run away just 2 days before Christmas and leave their car behind. At the time, the police considered the letter genuine and treated the case as a runaway situation. This assumption led to delays in the investigation. Rachel's husband, Tommy Trelica, believed the letter was written by someone else in an attempt to mislead investigators. Over time, forensic experts analyzed the handwriting but could not definitively confirm or rule out Rachel as the author. As the years passed, theories about what happened to the 3 girls varied widely. Some believed they were taken by a stranger or multiple individuals. Others suggested the involvement of someone they knew. A potential connection to human trafficking was considered, but no concrete evidence supported this theory. Some family members suspected foul play from individuals in Rachel's life, but no suspects were ever officially named. In the decades since their disappearance, numerous leads have been investigated. Eyewitnesses claimed to have seen the girls in different locations, but none of these reports were verified. The case has remained active in public interest, with amateur sleuths and private investigators trying to uncover new information. Despite these efforts, no significant breakthroughs have been made. The disappearance has had a lasting impact on the families, leading to strained relationships and heartbreak. Over the years, family members have disagreed on theories and potential suspects, further complicating the search for answers. The pain of not knowing what happened to Rachel, Renee, and Julie has haunted their loved ones for nearly 5 decades. Even after all this time, authorities continue to receive tips, but none have led to a resolution. In 2022, investigators used modern forensic techniques to revisit some aspects of the case, but no new evidence has surfaced. The Fort Worth missing trio remains a tragic and unsolved mystery, a haunting reminder of how 3 girls disappeared in broad daylight, leaving behind only questions and grief. The Mystery of Elizabeth Ann Beth Kenyon. Elizabeth Ann Beth Kenyon was a young woman who mysteriously vanished from Coral Gables, Florida, on March 5, 1984. Her disappearance remains one of the most unsettling missing person cases linked to notorious perpetrator Christopher Wilder. Beth was a beautiful and accomplished woman, known for her kind demeanor and intelligence. She had participated in beauty pageants, including the Miss Florida contest, and worked as a teacher. She was last seen in the parking lot of the school where she worked, speaking briefly with a security guard before leaving in her car. Beth's absence did not immediately raise concern. Her roommate initially believed she had gone to visit her parents in Pompano Beach, Florida. However, days passed without any word from her. Then, on March 8, 1984, a gas station attendant who knew Beth claimed to have seen her in the company of a man. She was standing by her car, speaking with the man who had arrived in a different vehicle. The attendant overheard part of their conversation, including a mention of Beth's picture being taken. Beth reportedly mentioned heading to the airport before leaving the station. When Beth failed to show up for work the next day, her family and friends grew concerned. and she was reported missing. On March 11th, her car was found abandoned at Miami International Airport. There was no record of her boarding any flights, and no evidence suggested she had left the area. Investigators grew increasingly alarmed as they tried to piece together Beth's last known movements. The gas station attendant later identified the man Beth had spoken to as Christopher Wilder, a name that would soon become infamous. Wilder had a history of luring young women under the pretense of photography sessions. Investigators discovered that Wilder had previously dated Beth and had even proposed marriage to her, though she had turned him down due to their age difference. When questioned, Wilder claimed he had not seen Beth in over a month, yet he had knowledge of where her car was located before this information was made public. This raised suspicions, but before authorities could question him further, Wilder embarked on a violent crime spree that would claim multiple lives. Beth's case was not the only one connected to Wilder. Another young woman, 20-year-old Chari Gonzalez, had vanished just days before Beth, on February 26, 1984. Chari had also been a contestant in the Miss Florida beauty pageant. The similarities between the two cases were undeniable. Both women were young, attractive, and involved in the same beauty contest, leading investigators to believe that Wilder may have been targeting pageant participants. Christopher Wilder became one of the most wanted men in America as he moved across multiple states, taking, assaulting, and silencing young women. He was suspected of being involved in several disappearances, including those of Mary Opitz and Tammy Leppert. His spree came to an end in Colebrook, New Hampshire, on April 13, 1984, when he was fired at and killed during a confrontation with police. Despite his death, many of the cases linked to him, including Beth Kenyon's disappearance, remain unsolved. The exact fate of Beth remains unknown. No trace of her body has ever been found, and without physical evidence, her family has never been able to get the closure they desperately seek. Many believe Wilder was responsible for her death, given his history and the circumstances surrounding her last known sighting. However, without concrete proof, she is still officially listed as a missing person. Beth's disappearance serves as a tragic reminder of the many young women who fell victim to Wilder. Despite the passage of time, her case continues to haunt those who knew her, and her story remains an enduring mystery. Investigators still urge anyone with information to come forward, hoping that one day the truth about Beth Kenyon's fate will finally come to light. This video has just been shared on social media, and it's currently going viral. However, people can't seem to agree on what it shows. In Germany, an individual has come forward with an intriguing account of capturing a perplexing object while recording a video of the moon. This incident has generated curiosity and interest among the public. On a serene and luminous night, as he carefully observed the vast expanse of the cosmos through his powerful telescope, his attention was captivated by the resplendent and captivating presence of Earth's eternal celestial companion, the moon. On that fateful night, an extraordinary event took place right in front of him, completely transforming the trajectory of his evening. This incident, unfolding before his very eyes, was so remarkable that it left an indelible mark, causing him to question what it was. With unwavering determination, he meticulously fine-tuned his camera's configuration, aiming to capture an impeccable image of the breathtaking lunar terrain. To his great surprise and amazement, he witnessed an extraordinary sight amidst the vast expanse of darkness in outer space. There, in all its glory, floated a mesmerizing red triangle, shining with a radiant brilliance. Its three sides were perfect in length, forming an equilateral shape that emitted an otherworldly crimson glow. This unique phenomenon created an enigmatic luminosity, casting an ethereal light upon the moon's surface. The man was utterly astounded, unable to comprehend what he was witnessing before his eyes. This captivating spectacle surpassed anything he had ever encountered during his extensive years of observing the celestial sphere. With a quick motion, he pressed the shutter button, capturing a succession of photographs that would forever remain imprinted in his mind. The incandescent red triangle, glowing with an otherworldly aura, had become an indelible part of his consciousness, signifying a celestial enigma of unparalleled significance. The very next day, he didn't hesitate to quickly spread his photos among the international astronomical community. With great enthusiasm, he shared his captured images and provided a thorough description of his remarkable observation on a popular online forum that attracts a wide range of amateur astronomers, scientists, and space enthusiasts from various corners of the globe. The reaction that followed was immediate and astounding, as countless individuals responded with excitement and curiosity. The flood of responses was truly overwhelming, as people from all over the world expressed their awe and admiration for his extraordinary sighting. The eyewitness's narrative instantly caught the attention of fellow enthusiasts of celestial observation, who were both fascinated and intrigued by his encounter. This unprecedented event prompted a flurry of activity among experts, as they diligently examined the accompanying photographs and diligently sought to validate the authenticity of the sighting. The enigmatic red triangle, radiating an otherworldly glow, posed a perplexing enigma that defied easy explanation. As the conversation on the internet started to pick up speed, experts in the field of astronomy and astrophysics joined in to contribute their knowledge and insights to the investigation. They carefully examined the detailed information about the light emitted by the mysterious object and conducted thorough analyses of the neighboring celestial entities. Oddly enough, one user said the following: "During a time-lapse session last month, where I captured the movement of the stars over a span of 5 minutes, I encountered an intriguing occurrence. Upon reviewing the resulting photo, I noticed a solitary red dot amidst a backdrop of stars that displayed streaks caused by the Earth's rotation. Interestingly, this red dot remained stationary, defying the expected motion." End quote. While another user said the following: "During the process of assembling my telescope a few weeks ago, I witnessed the same object. Before having everything set up, I looked through the eyepiece and saw a triangular formation above the moon. Due to the fact that my ZWO camera was not connected and configured, I unfortunately could not capture a clear photograph. Regrettably, by the time I had everything prepared and set up, the object of interest had already vanished. I have been amazed by the uniqueness of this experience and felt compelled to share it with everyone at the time. I'm really glad I found this footage and that others saw the same object." End quote. Interestingly, this isn't the first time that amateur astronomers have captured mysterious triangular aircrafts. The night sky, an endless expanse of mystery and fascination, has captivated humanity since ancient times. Filled with twinkling stars, distant planets, and awe-inspiring celestial events, it serves as a mesmerizing canvas. However, within this vast cosmic theater, sightings of unidentified flying objects have continuously intrigued and puzzled people for countless decades. Amongst these reports, one particular type of UFO stands out prominently: the enigmatic triangle-shaped aircrafts. These distinct aerial objects, with their 3 distinctive points, have captured the attention of both scientists and researchers. The phenomenon of triangle-shaped UFO sightings has been observed for several decades, with a notable case taking place in Belgium during 1989. This incident remains one of the most extensively documented encounters in history. Numerous individuals, including law enforcement officers and military personnel, witnessed a vast triangular craft adorned with luminous lights, silently suspended in the night sky. In response to the sightings, the Belgian Air Force promptly dispatched F-16 fighter jets in an attempt to intercept the enigmatic entity. However, despite their efforts, the military aircraft proved unable to apprehend the object, thus confirming its extraordinary capabilities and distinguishing it from conventional aircraft. This incident serves as a fascinating testament to the enduring enigma surrounding triangle-shaped UFOs and their potential origins, inviting further exploration and scrutiny from the scientific community and enthusiasts alike. Similar sightings of unidentified triangular craft have been frequently documented in various regions across the globe, such as the United States, the United Kingdom, and France. These numerous accounts consistently depict these triangular objects swiftly gliding through the skies, completely devoid of any discernible sound, and defying the fundamental laws of physics as we currently comprehend them. These sightings have occurred over an extended period of time, lending further weight to their credibility and demanding thorough examination and analysis. Eyewitness accounts, although subject to potential inaccuracies, should not be dismissed outright. The sheer consistency and reliability of these reports from disparate locations and timeframes necessitates serious consideration and investigation. It is crucial to recognize that these observations are not isolated incidents, but rather a recurring phenomenon that demands meticulous scrutiny. One fascinating element of sightings, involving triangular-shaped, unidentified flying objects, is their remarkable tendency to appear in close proximity to military installations and engage with military activities. There have been instances where these enigmatic craft have been observed hovering near military bases or undertaking intricate maneuvers in the vicinity of highly sensitive areas. Such occurrences have sparked speculation among researchers and enthusiasts, giving rise to theories suggesting that these aerial objects could potentially be advanced military aircraft or experimental prototypes, pushing the boundaries of technological innovation and military prowess. Military authorities have consistently rejected any association with these sightings and frequently convey their own bewilderment regarding these enigmatic phenomena. Given the triangular configuration of these unidentified flying objects, it appears highly improbable that they are clandestine military endeavors, as it would be counterintuitive to knowingly expose them to public scrutiny in conspicuous settings. These ongoing sightings have prompted extensive speculation and analysis from experts and enthusiasts alike, fueling a deep curiosity about the true nature and origin of these perplexing aerial anomalies. One of the most persuasive justifications for the existence of triangular unidentified flying objects lies in their apparent technological advancement. Eyewitness testimonies consistently portray these craft as operating silently, effortlessly floating in mid-air, and executing precise and rapid movements that are beyond the capabilities of conventional aircraft engineered by human beings. These distinct attributes defy conventional knowledge and understanding of aviation technology. Witnesses have reported observing these peculiar triangular UFOs silently soaring through the airspace, displaying remarkable maneuverability and executing sharp turns at astonishing speeds. In addition, the perplexing aspect of triangle-shaped unidentified flying objects is the absence of visible propulsion systems or exhaust trails, which poses a challenge to our current knowledge of aerodynamics. Unlike traditional aircraft that rely on engines or jet propulsion, these UFOs seemingly operate quietly and leave no noticeable emissions. This intriguing observation leads to the speculation about the existence of advanced propulsion systems, potentially built upon exotic technologies that are not yet comprehended by the scientific community at large. Consequently, further investigation into these enigmatic triangular UFOs can provide valuable insights into the realm of potentially groundbreaking technological advancements that surpass our current understanding of physics and engineering. Scientists and researchers have shown a keen interest in investigating the sightings of UFOs in the shape of triangles, as they strive to gain a deeper understanding of this fascinating phenomenon. Although the scientific community has been cautious in fully accepting these reports, there is an increasingly acknowledged realization that something extraordinary is occurring in our skies, which demands thorough examination and study. The triangular nature of these unidentified flying objects has caught the attention of experts, prompting them to delve into the intricacies and complexities of these sightings. According to certain researchers, there is a contention that UFOs could potentially signify a revolutionary advancement in propulsion technology. They propose that these unidentified flying objects might harness cutting-edge principles of anti-gravity or electromagnetism. Although this line of thought remains speculative in nature, it does provide plausible interpretations for the distinct features observed in triangle-shaped UFO sightings. Moreover, delving into the examination and analysis of these unidentified flying objects possesses the potential to furnish us with invaluable knowledge, empowering us to broaden our comprehension of the intricate workings of physics and propulsion systems. Throughout history, it has been observed that significant scientific advancements have materialized as a result of investigating enigmatic phenomena that defy immediate explanation. This underscores the significance of delving into the realm of triangular-shaped UFOs, as it holds the promise of unveiling unprecedented scientific insights that can revolutionize our understanding of the universe. One of the most intriguing and thought-provoking explanations regarding the presence of triangle-shaped unidentified flying objects centers around the compelling notion that they might actually originate from advanced beings. Although this concept is highly speculative and lacks concrete evidence, it would be unwise to completely dismiss it. The possibility that these peculiar aerial objects are not of human creation and possess technological advancements far surpassing our own raises significant questions about their origin and the entities responsible for their existence. Proponents of the advanced hypothesis assert that unidentified flying objects could potentially be operated by beings originating from distant planets or alternate dimensions. These beings are believed to have attained a highly evolved level of technology, enabling them to navigate immense cosmic distances. While this concept may evoke thoughts of science fiction, its foundation lies in the idea that if intelligent life exists elsewhere in the vast expanse of the universe, it is plausible that they have surpassed our own progress by a substantial margin, both technologically and intellectually. By contemplating the existence of these advanced extraterrestrial civilizations, we open up a world of possibilities and broaden our understanding of the universe and our place within it. Over the years, a number of mysterious objects have been photographed close to our moon. The quest to unravel the mysteries of the vast expanse of outer space has captivated the human imagination throughout history. Despite our significant advancements in comprehending the cosmic realm which surrounds us, there are still countless enigmas that persistently allure our curiosity. One such enigma that has intrigued us for years revolves around the ever-persistent reports of unidentified flying objects sighted in close proximity to our lunar companion, the Moon. The enduring fascination with unidentified flying objects in the vicinity of the Moon can be traced back to the early stages of space exploration. Throughout the Apollo missions, astronauts consistently reported a multitude of peculiar sightings and extraordinary experiences. Among these accounts, one particularly well-documented occurrence occurred during the historic Apollo 11 mission in 1969, when the esteemed Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin caught sight of an enigmatic object in close proximity to the lunar surface. Perhaps most famously, Armstrong uttered the memorable words, "There are other spacecraft out there, lined up on the far side of the crater edge," a remark that continues to provoke widespread speculation and intrigue. This incident has sparked countless debates and theories, enticing experts and enthusiasts alike to delve deeper into the mysteries surrounding these lunar encounters. Throughout the subsequent Apollo missions, such as Apollo 14 and Apollo 15, there have been numerous reports and sightings that mirror the initial claims. The astronauts who embarked on these missions witnessed peculiar lights and objects while in lunar orbit, thus further fueling the fascination and curiosity surrounding the presence of unidentified flying objects near the Moon. In a captivating manner, it is interesting to note that these testimonies frequently exhibit recurring patterns, including sightings of objects with a distinct triangular shape. One of the most persuasive and convincing rationales supporting the existence of unidentified flying objects in close proximity to the Moon lies in the remarkable level of sophisticated technology they seem to possess. Numerous witnesses consistently provide accounts detailing the precise and agile movements of these objects, frequently executing maneuvers that go against our current understanding of the laws of physics. Such descriptions raise intriguing questions about the potential advancements these UFOs have achieved, surpassing our own earthly capabilities. Moreover, the perplexing absence of a discernible means of propulsion poses a significant challenge to our current comprehension of the functioning mechanism employed by these unidentified aerial objects. Traditional spacecraft heavily rely on propulsion systems such as rockets or thrusters, which invariably result in the emission of exhaust or other visible emissions. On the contrary, the observed UFOs in close proximity to the Moon operate remarkably in a silent manner, devoid of any discernible emissions, thereby indicating the plausibility of employing advanced propulsion systems that are rooted in scientific principles that have not yet gained recognition within the mainstream scientific community. The occurrence of unidentified flying objects around the Moon has captivated the attention of scientists and researchers who are determined to unravel this perplexing mystery. Although the scientific community has maintained a reserved stance towards these reports, there is an increasing acknowledgement that peculiar phenomena are taking place in lunar space, thereby necessitating a deeper exploration. Researchers from various fields are displaying a heightened curiosity towards the presence of unidentified aerial objects around the Moon. In recent years, a group of scientists has put forward a fascinating hypothesis, suggesting that the unidentified flying objects that have been observed could potentially be unmanned probes or even autonomous spacecraft, and quite conceivably from extraterrestrial origins. While it's important to note that this idea is still largely speculative and far from proven, it would be imprudent to completely dismiss it when we consider the consistency of the reports and the level of advanced technology described by witnesses. Furthermore, delving into the examination of these mysterious objects has the potential to provide invaluable revelations in regards to our comprehension of propulsion systems and the vast realm of space exploration. Throughout history, it has not been uncommon for significant scientific advancements to arise when delving into perplexing phenomena that defy easy explanation. Therefore, meticulously exploring the presence of UFOs near the Moon might hold the key to unlocking a treasure trove of new wisdom and understanding pertaining to space travel and cutting-edge technology. One of the most intriguing and thought-provoking hypotheses pertaining to unidentified flying objects near the Moon revolves around the intriguing notion that these phenomena could potentially be of alien descent. Although this conjecture is purely speculative and lacks concrete evidence, it compels us to contemplate the profound implications and ponder upon the existence of intelligent life forms beyond our own planet. As of right now, the existence of unidentified flying objects in close proximity to the Moon is an undeniably intriguing and significant occurrence that warrants thorough examination and investigation. While some may skeptically dismiss these sightings as mere anomalies or cases of mistaken identity, it is important to acknowledge the consistency and credibility of the numerous eyewitness reports. Additionally, the highly advanced technology exhibited by these objects and their enigmatic nature further underscore the need to delve deeper into this phenomenon. The prevalence of such accounts demands a comprehensive analysis that goes beyond surface-level explanations. It is crucial to approach this subject with a neutral stance in order to fully grasp its implications and potential significance. A photograph shrouded in mystery recently surfaced on social media, shared by an enthusiastic amateur fossil explorer from Indonesia. The individual shared captivating details, claiming to have stumbled upon an extraordinary discovery, a colossal skull belonging to a humanoid creature. Deep within the verdant rainforests of Indonesia, amidst the thick canopy and majestic arboreal giants, resided an individual who had dedicated his entire existence to the relentless exploration of paleontology. Immersed in the captivating realm of prehistoric life, this man plunged himself into a profound understanding of the ancient world that once thrived throughout the area. With an insatiable thirst for knowledge and an unyielding enthusiasm to uncover the enigmatic tales of the Earth's bygone eras, he dedicated countless years immersed in the vast expanse of untamed wilderness. Driven by an unwavering passion, his arduous journey led him on a relentless quest to unearth fossils that held the key to unraveling the enigmatic mysteries of the ancient world. During a fateful afternoon, as he ventured further into the dense woods, he unexpectedly came across an obscured opening to a cavern, concealed beneath a protective layer of vibrant green moss-covered boulders. Upon a cursory glance, the entrance of the cave appeared almost indistinguishable, but a gut feeling compelled him to delve deeper into its unknown depths. Equipped with a sturdy flashlight that would pierce the darkness ahead, and a trusty pickaxe for any potential obstacles, he fearlessly embarked on his exploration. Exploring further into the dark and mysterious cave, the beam of his flashlight illuminated the uneven walls, creating a haunting spectacle of eerie and captivating dancing shadows. The atmosphere was heavily saturated with the earthy aroma of centuries-old soil. Undeterred, he persevered, tracing the meandering pathways that led further into the profound recesses of the cavern. As he turned the corner, the vibrant beam of his flashlight cast a revealing light on a truly remarkable spectacle. There, partially embedded within the rugged cave wall, lay an awe-inspiring and gigantic cranium that was unlike any he had encountered before. This immense skull possessed a humanoid structure, characterized by a prominent brow ridge, deeply recessed eye sockets, and a broad, flat nose. Its sheer enormity surpassed that of any known human or primate species, leaving him astounded by its size. This captivating discovery expanded his understanding of the ancient world and provided new insights into the existence of diverse and intriguing beings that were once part of our history. The man's heart pounded with a mix of excitement and disbelief. With utmost care, he meticulously chipped away at the encompassing rock, gradually revealing more of the distinct features of the skull that lay hidden. As he unraveled its secrets, it became evident that the skull belonged to a majestic creature, its formidable jawline and elongated teeth indicating a once dominant force that had freely roamed the earth. However, what truly astounded him was the baffling resemblance the skull held to the renowned Bigfoot, a legendary cryptid deeply ingrained in the tapestry of North American folklore. Displaying a mix of fear and anticipation, he cautiously picked up the skull, his hands shaking slightly. The news about his discovery rapidly circulated on various social media platforms, capturing the attention of researchers worldwide. There were individuals who, upon viewing the visual representations, held the belief that the skull could potentially serve as a crucial connecting piece between humans and an unfamiliar species belonging to the hominid family. Despite the ongoing debates surrounding the discovery, it has undeniably sparked a revitalized fascination with the exploration of cryptids and enigmatic creatures across the globe. The discovery marked the pinnacle of his lifelong pursuit of both knowledge and thrill. Driven by an insatiable curiosity for paleontology, he fearlessly embarked on an expedition deep into the Indonesian rainforest. Little did he know that what awaited him would not only defy scientific limits, but also stretch the boundaries of human imagination. For this passionate explorer, the journey unfolded as a grand adventure that went far beyond his wildest dreams. His lifelong dedication and laborious efforts had culminated in a moment of extraordinary epiphany, a moment that unraveled the enigmatic secrets of Earth's history, manifested in the discovery of a skull bearing an uncanny resemblance to the legendary creature known as Bigfoot. Currently, there is a lively ongoing debate surrounding the interpretation of this particular skull. Many experts and enthusiasts are engaged in analyzing and discussing its characteristics, as it appears to diverge from the typical primate specimens found in the region. Moreover, the sheer size of the skull raises questions about its affiliation with the human species. Oddly enough, Indonesia is no stranger to mysterious creatures. Nestled deep amidst the lush and impenetrable rainforests of the Indonesian island of Sumatra lies a mysterious and elusive creature, widely referred to as the orang pendek. Known for its enigmatic nature, this cryptid has managed to evade scientific scrutiny, captivating the curiosity and fascination of both intrepid explorers and dedicated researchers alike. The orang pendek, known as the short person or little man in Indonesian, is deeply ingrained in the folklore of the indigenous inhabitants of Sumatra. Throughout countless generations, the locals have passed down captivating tales of a diminutive bipedal creature that dwells within the secluded forests of the island. The orang pendek stands at a modest height of around 4 to 5 feet, boasting a coat of reddish-brown fur that drapes its body. Its physical attributes resemble those of a human, further adding to its mystique. As an integral component of Sumatran mythology, the orang pendek captivates the imagination and curiosity of both locals and outsiders alike, inspiring a profound fascination with its existence and significance. The legends surrounding the orang pendek frequently portray it as a mystical entity that safeguards the forest, possessing a remarkable knack for evading human detection. These tales often recount the intriguing encounters experienced by local villagers, shedding light on the elusive nature of the creature and highlighting its possible role as a guardian of the rainforest. In these stories, the orang pendek is described as a sentient being with a profound connection to the natural world, embodying the spirit of the wilderness and manifesting an inherent wisdom that surpasses the comprehension of mere mortals. The earliest documented reports regarding the orang pendek can be traced back to the colonial era, dating back to a time when European explorers and naturalists ventured into the untamed wilderness of Sumatra. One such explorer was Alfred Russel Wallace, a well-known naturalist from the 19th century who is renowned for his co-discovery of the theory of evolution by natural selection. During his extensive travels throughout the region, Wallace encountered local individuals who shared intriguing accounts of the orang pendek. According to their descriptions, This creature resembled a short, humanoid being with strong ape-like characteristics. In addition to its physical attributes, the orang pendek exhibited remarkable agility and intelligence, making it a fascinating subject of study for Wallace and other researchers. In the years that ensued, a multitude of reports concerning the orang pendek circulated, recounting sightings and interactions with the elusive creature. These documented encounters were recounted by a range of individuals, including explorers, missionaries, and local residents. What stood out about these accounts was their consistent description of a creature that displayed unique behaviors and physical attributes, setting it apart from any known primate species endemic to the region. The orang pendek, a mysterious creature, captivates the attention of cryptozoologists and researchers due to its enigmatic nature. Numerous modern expeditions conducted in Sumatra have provided a wealth of reported sightings and first-hand encounters with this intriguing entity. Witnesses consistently depict the orang pendek as a diminutive primate that stands upright, displaying an astonishing level of intellect and nimbleness. In certain instances, there have been instances where footprints supposedly belonging to the orang pendek have been gathered. These footprints depict a creature that walks on two legs and possesses a lengthened foot that closely resembles that of a human. This distinct feature is characterized by a flexible mid-tarsal joint, setting it apart from other primates known to inhabit the same area. The orang pendek has been the subject of numerous eyewitness accounts, with witnesses often expressing a profound sense of awe and amazement, coupled with an overpowering sensation of being in close proximity to a highly intelligent creature. These encounters have not only captured the attention of the scientific community, but have also reignited their curiosity, leading researchers to contemplate the existence of a previously unknown primate species known as the orang pendek. This phenomenon has prompted scientists to delve deeper into the possibility of this elusive creature's existence, conducting thorough investigations and exploring the potential implications it may have for our understanding of the natural world. If concrete evidence were to emerge supporting the existence of the orang pendek, a creature believed to inhabit the remote forests of Sumatra, Indonesia, it would undoubtedly have far-reaching scientific consequences. The validation of this elusive creature's existence would not only shatter our current understanding of primate evolution, but also challenge our preconceived notions about species distribution and the extent of undiscovered biodiversity. The remarkable finding of the orang pendek has the potential to provide valuable insights into the intricate processes of adaptation and survival within the lush rainforests of Sumatra. This enigmatic creature's distinctive physical attributes and behavioral patterns offer intriguing hints regarding the strategies employed by a diminutive bipedal primate to not only survive but flourish in the face of the numerous challenges posed by its demanding habitat. Furthermore, the existence of the orang pendek holds significant ecological implications that extend beyond its own species. This enigmatic creature serves as a potential custodian of the rainforest, highlighting the intricate interconnection between different organisms and ecosystems. To effectively conserve the natural wonders of Sumatra, it becomes imperative to delve deeper into the orang pendek's ecological role and recognize the utmost significance of preserving its habitat. By thoroughly understanding the orang pendek's ecological contributions, conservation initiatives in Sumatra can reap tremendous benefits. The orang pendek, an elusive creature said to inhabit the Indonesian island of Sumatra, remains a fascinating puzzle that perplexes even the most knowledgeable scientists. Despite skeptics labeling it as mere myth and folklore, there is a school of thought that firmly believes in the existence of the enigmatic orang pendek, offering a thought-provoking exploration into the depths of our natural world. The orang pendek, often described as a small upright primate, defies easy classification and has eluded scientific scrutiny. The accounts of sightings recorded throughout history, along with the solid physical evidence in the form of casts made from footprints, as well as the numerous experiences shared by modern witnesses, all contribute significantly to the captivating possibility that the orang pendek is far more than a mere mythical creature. Should its existence be officially confirmed, it would not only expand our current understanding of primate diversity and evolution, but also challenge the prevailing assumptions we hold about cryptids. Moreover, it would serve as a remarkable testament to the enduring beauty and marvels that exist within the natural world. In the grand scheme of things, Whether the orang pendek remains relegated to the realm of legend or gains recognition as a distinct species, its legendary status stands as an enduring testament to the vast and uncharted territories that still exist on our planet. The allure of the unknown is a powerful force, perpetuated by the existence of this enigmatic creature. With the lush rainforests of Sumatra as its habitat, the orang pendek will forever symbolize the mysteries waiting to be unraveled, captivating the hearts and minds of adventurers and researchers alike. Its existence beckons explorers to delve deep into its secrets, eager to unearth the truth that lies beneath the surface. Throughout history, tales of encounters with advanced beings have captivated the human imagination. The possibility of life beyond Earth has fueled both fascination and skepticism. Anthony Choi, an active journalist and investigator from Peru, recently came forward and said that the government is lying to calm the population about the recent cases of unidentified beings. The researcher said that locals are still encountering mysterious beings and lights throughout the area. In an era where technology allows us to capture moments in unprecedented detail, the story of a man who accidentally photographed a mysterious being next to a forest transcends the boundaries of conventional belief. The country of Peru is known for its natural beauty and diverse ecosystems. Yet, nestled within its picturesque surroundings, lies a story that transcends the ordinary. In the last few days, an Argentinian man set out to capture the serene beauty of the country's landscape. Little did he know that he would inadvertently capture an image that would ignite global curiosity. As the man reviewed his photographs later, he noticed a peculiar anomaly in one of the images. Standing amidst the flora was a figure that defied explanation, an entity with a distinctly humanoid appearance, characterized by its grey skin tone and oversized black eyes. The image, seemingly depicting a grey alien, stirred waves of excitement, speculation, and skepticism. The accidental photograph of the grey entity near the forest sent ripples through social media, triggering intense debates about its authenticity and implications. Believers saw it as irrefutable evidence of an advanced presence, while skeptics questioned its validity, attributing it to photographic manipulation, a phenomenon where the brain interprets random patterns as familiar shapes. As of right now, many locals throughout the area have said that government officials are downplaying these sightings, and said they want journalists to come to the region in order to document what's happening. Residents who reside in a rural region in the northeastern part of Lima, Peru, assert that they regularly come across towering creatures standing at 7 feet in height. These enigmatic beings are described as having armored bodies and unique characteristics, such as oversized heads and yellow eyes. According to the knowledgeable villagers, there have been continuous nighttime attacks on their community since July 11th. The incident involving a woman has led to a prevailing sense of fear and unease within the community. This distressing incident has left members of the community feeling uneasy, making it challenging for them to find comfort and relaxation as they consistently experience a sense of danger. Interestingly, a video of the incident was made public, with some viewers describing the figure seen as human-like, while others observed that it had characteristics resembling a bug. The members of the Iquitu community, who possess in-depth knowledge about their land and traditions, have raised concerns about the presence of advanced entities. They assert that these beings are unaffected by the conventional hunting tools used by the indigenous people. Requesting aid from the Peruvian military, the community seeks protection from these intergalactic intruders. As per their descriptions, the aliens wear protective suits and possess remarkable levitation abilities facilitated by spherical footwear that emits a red glow. Jairo Riategui Avila, a community leader, identified the creatures as beings from another planet. These mysterious entities have been likened to pelacaras by specific locals who view them as strange beings. The phenomenon of unidentified objects has been a subject of fascination and speculation for decades, with numerous reported sightings sparking discussions about potential life and advanced technology. Despite public interest, there is a prevailing belief that government officials may choose to withhold information about unidentified objects from the general public. One of the primary reasons government officials might be hesitant to reveal the truth about unidentified objects is the concern for national security. If these objects were indeed secret government aircraft or experimental technologies, disclosing their existence could provide adversaries with valuable insights into a country's technological capabilities and potential military strategies. Revealing the true nature of unidentified objects could erode the element of surprise in military operations and compromise strategic advantages. Governments might opt to maintain secrecy to ensure that their technological prowess remains concealed from potential adversaries, thereby preserving the upper hand in case of conflicts or geopolitical tensions. The prospect of revealing the existence of advanced beings or unidentified aerial phenomena could potentially lead to widespread panic and chaos within society. The idea of beings from other planets visiting Earth challenges fundamental notions of human uniqueness and the place of humanity in the universe. Such revelations could instigate fear, anxiety, and even religious and philosophical upheaval among the general public. Government officials may deem it necessary to withhold information to prevent widespread societal disruption. The potential consequences of mass hysteria and panic could lead to a breakdown in social order, negatively impacting governance, economies, and the overall stability of society. Disclosing the existence of advanced technology or potential interactions with extraterrestrial civilizations could have significant economic and technological repercussions. Industries could be disrupted, with advancements in technology and innovation potentially rendered obsolete by the sudden revelation of otherworldly advancements. This could lead to economic instability, job loss, and the destabilization of industries that heavily rely on the current technological status quo. Furthermore, technological revelations could provide nations with a competitive advantage in various sectors, such as energy, transportation, and communication. The potential for a power shift among countries and the global economy might influence governments to maintain secrecy to safeguard their own technological edge. The disclosure of unidentified related information could trigger complex diplomatic and political implications on a global scale. The revelation of secret government projects or interactions with extraterrestrial beings might prompt questions about collaboration, treaties, and the distribution of advanced technology. International relationships and alliances could be reshaped as governments navigate the potential consequences of disclosing such information. The intricacies of diplomacy, negotiations, and global power dynamics could influence government decisions to maintain secrecy to prevent unexpected shifts in the geopolitical landscape. Revealing the truth about these objects could undermine the perception of government authority and control.